Modern Agriculture here with another planting lesson and planting example. And before I start, I want to say thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for following. This is a brand new channel, and we're posting as much as possible. We continue to get followers and followings, but really it's about the education and these lessons on properly growing our food so we can get the best out of what we're doing. So today, we're planting a few different things. First, we're going to start with red cabbage, purple cabbage, however you call it. And one thing I'd like to share with you and show you is one mistake a lot of people make by planting. And in doing so, the plants may not do their best, they may not survive. And a lot of times people blame themselves. Oh my God, what am I doing? I don't have a green thumb. Nobody has a green thumb, honestly. Mine is brown. But at the same time, it is how you start them off. So firstly, you want to make sure that the spot that you're putting them in is loose, not compacted, nice and aerated, and also has a good, nice amount of nutrients in it. It should be so loose that you should be able to just stick your hand down inside, just like this, and make the hole for the plant to go in. That's also for great water absorption and for it to hold water longer. With harder, more compacted soil, one without as much nutrients in it, you get a lot of runoff, a lot of erosion, and you won't really get that good soil, that penetration of the water like you would if the soil is properly aerated. So we're doing that, and we want to make sure also that the hole that you make is deep enough to cover the entire root bulb and all the way to the bottom of the first true leaf of the plant. And I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about. So we get our hole ready, and in each hole for the nutrients, we're going to drop some of that black cow, which is cow manure. Horse manure is great. Chicken manure also is good, but we want to get those to get the nitrogen as well as the other nutrients that the manure is going to give. So you're going to get your plants ready. The best way is take your two fingers, slide them underneath the bottom. See how I did there? Right there, give it a good grasp with your fingers so it's well supported, almost like a baby's head. And you want to turn it upside down. Squeeze the container a little bit. It'll come right out. Depending on how long the seedlings have been in the pot, they could be root bound. If they are root bound, which means the roots are really thick and heavy, you can see them wrapping around the bottom of the root bulb. And even with the ones that aren't, I just take them and give it a little squeeze and a little tickle on the bottom to get those root fibers to start to hang down and give them a better chance of connecting with that soil. So once they're loose, maybe about something like that, you want to take it, and it's going to go down into the soil all the way up to that first leaf. This is the first true leaf of the plant. As it's coming as a seedling, there's other small seedling leaves that are there, but the first true leaf of this plant is here. So that's how deep you want to plant this. The reason why is because as plants grow and they get ready, they continue to set themselves, the tap root goes straight down. And it gets Marta train. And it gets as deep as it can go. A lot of times the tap root can go a nice amount of inches down, depending on the size of the plant. And it'll continue to go deeper as the plant grows and it spreads out the root fibers to the side. If you don't plant it deep enough, when the taproot starts to push down deeper into the soil, and if the soil is not properly aerated, if it's a little more compacted, maybe it may have rocks inside of it. Another pause. This is a station soccer garden, so every now and then we get Marta trains that pass over this part. If you don't get it deep enough down into the soil, as that taproot pushes down and sets the plant, it's also going to push the plant up out of the soil. So if you've ever planted something and you came out a few days later or maybe a week or two later and it looked like it was like this, but now it's sitting up high like that, it's because it wasn't planted deep enough and maybe the soil isn't aerated enough to allow the plant to settle in like it's supposed to. So this is about how deep a plant should be. The deeper the better. As long as you don't cover the entire plant in the leaves, the better it can set in, the better start you're giving it, and the better it'll produce for you. So there it is, proper plant planting. Also, very crucial, make sure that you do follow the spacing of your plants. If you buy seedlings, wherever you get them from, the name tags on the back, it will have how much light the plant should get, when it'll be mature, the height that it'll get to, and the spacing that you need in between each plant. So usually I go between 16 to 18 inches. If you want to maximize your space, there is a method called 1 foot planting where you space everything out, exactly a foot apart. But larger plants like this red cabbage we have here and broccoli and cauliflower that's behind us, the leaves get really large, so I want to give it as much space as possible. So these guys, and yeah, I break out the tape measure. These cabbage plants are actually about 18 inches apart, 18 and a half. And as I'll show you later in our next bed, the cauliflower and as well as the chard is about that same amount of spacing. The more space you give it, the larger the leaves will be able to get. And with cabbage, these larger leaves that grow on the outside are the ones that kind of protect the head as the cabbage starts to head up. But these are also edible as well. So life keeps giving and giving as we keep living. So thank you again for watching, and I'm gonna come back with another tip right after this. Peace and love, Kwame Uhuru here, Willie North Institute, prepping these beds, getting ready to plant our rest of our winter and fall crop. But just real quickly, I wanted to show you a little something when it comes to transplanting your plants. These celosias here, or coxcomb, we had some growing in the summertime, and towards the end of the summer, they all just kind of died out. These decided to come back and just volunteer themselves back. I'm not sure how long they'll last throughout the season, but what I am going to do is give them their chance. So I'm going to transplant these, pull them out of here, and they will go into another, possibly some pots, so that way you can take it inside if need be. But quick tip, what you want to do is get your big shovel or hand shovel all the way down as deep as you can. Get underneath the plant first, and then gently give it a pop and let it pop up, because the roots will be connected, but if you just pop it real quick, you should be able to get it out without too much harm. And what you want to make sure is, it may be hard to hang on to, it's not too close, it may be hard to hang on to the fiber roots, but as long as you got a nice portion of the tap root, which is this first long root that goes down and that all of these spring out from, then you should have a pretty good transplanting. You should be able to put it into your next place that it's going to live and water it as soon as you drop it in there, and it's going to thrive. You see here, we got a lot of them. And I'm just sitting here and piling them up. I'm going to take the rest of these out. And what's going to go here? Cheddar cauliflower. Purple cauliflower. Over there, we have our purple / red cabbage. And in this bed, we're going to have some peppermint chard. So it's about to be real colorful up here. Real colorful. Hold that thought. We'll come right back and you see these results. Willie North Institute.